Welcome, people from the Oasis. I am your host, the Wanderer, and this time I will come around with another topic of this little special trait. And I will be referring more to our minds because here in the wasteland we have to live through a lot. So, of course, you have to take it all into account that your brain can actually handle most, if not all, that the world throws at you. But that is actually wrong. You sometimes can't. And it can either be because your father has been reaching for some place and now all of a sudden all the great cons happen to know your place, or I don't know, maybe you just want to have some pretty nice sleep out here and all of a sudden you just hear some gunfire out of nowhere. Like, all of this can be really telling. Not only that, but like an old boomer used to say, things can go boom. And for that, it means that trauma and something called kind of like PTSD, whatever that stands for, can become a really big issue. And for that, some analysts or psychologists like Dr. Michel can give you some treatment out of that, mostly because it is important for your brain to be as healthy as possible. So even if something like a UFO uh, can just be crashing all the sudden right there, or even something so traumatic like living in Megaton. Just imagine living in a place like that. I mean, I I don't know how people can live in such places, but you can take whatever the wasteland can give you. And I don't really blame you. I mean, security in a place like that can be really reassuring. But most importantly, I mean, we all have our taste. And here in the wasteland, there are many ways to be entertained. And why would that be of any matter? Well, mostly because you have to have your brain occupied on something. If not, it can lead you to places like becoming a raider, for example, as there is no other choice than be someone like that. Or even worse, someone from the children of Adam. I mean, even it can let your kid or any type of children just be wandering off out there, and all of a sudden you just happen to leave him or her in a place crawled with ants. And not only that, but ants can deal with some sort of trauma as well, just by destroying some parts of it, and now they cannot perceive their world right. Just like any other wastelander who is suffering with mental illness, to which is a really big deal. And not only that, but as you can see here, they actually fighting each other, just like me, as knowing that ramming crab is just something that has to be unjet. Like goddamn. And even if you happen to have some things replaced, like your brain, for example, even if it is a synthetic brain or whatever, it can still not give you a free card to just get out of your own trauma. As even with something like this can actually happen to you. I know it may not make sense, but that's how brain functions. I mean, it is just part of us. It's part of our feelings. It's part of being human, or a ghoul, or a super mutant, or even a behemoth that you just saw. They actually care for those such things. So even if they are trying so desperately to not lose their heads, either by a stealth boy or just by simply getting hammered by someone, some things can happen just like this one. Now you just start seeing things that aren't there, or that your brain just happens to not perceive all those things and just start to make up things like, I really don't know what the hell was that. So, of course, with that thing in mind, fear can become a really big deal. And for that reason, you will happen to just stay there. And I wouldn't blame you, as you are just experiencing something so traumatic that you just barely do anything about it. But sometimes overcoming your fears can lead you to some things becoming later, like for example a .357 revolver, who just happens to be a lot easier to handle. Yeah, that's right. Not only that, but even if you have some sort of mental illness like we just talked about in the previous chapter, we actually be able to do things unimaginable and unthinkable. But for doing so, you just happen to have a really bad sort um, muscles. And even if you have some sort of mental illness, you can still have some sort of um, normal life. Like if here in the wasteland you can have that, am I right? But regardless, you just can see here that even in places like in the Legion, as a woman can actually become so strong that it can defeat somebody else. It really doesn't matter if it is about gender or something like that. I mean, and it is not because something is right or possible, it has to mean that you have to do it. I mean, the other day I was just hanging around there, and for that reason, I just happened to stumble across some things, and this thing can happen, you know? And also, if you want to defeat someone in the intellectual manner, you will have to deal with something like this. And here in the wasteland, it can lead you to some places like joining the Legion, for example. And even if you are that brave to become a part of the Legion and still being a woman at the same time, I mean, I applaud you, but I don't know. Not because bravery is it's what it is. It has to mean that it is right. Because sometimes it can lead you to places that you just, you know, can never tell where they will go to. And also, you could be joining the Brotherhood of Steel, for example, or anything. Or, yeah, how about the Legion? I mean, what the hell was Kaiser thinking? Like, I mean, come on. And even after his passing, everything just went down the hill that I don't know what the hell we was thinking. And regardless of how they are actually managing right now, you just can't blame all the people that are there. Mostly because, I mean, come on. Yeah, security and all that can become more like a luxury to others, well, to most of us, the majority, instead of the minority, but it is better, you know? So why would you even blame those people to just believe in things and places, even if it is so ridiculous? Like, for example, going um, just by doing your simple job. By just doing your job, it can get you a kill here in the wasteland. So of course you will hold on to pretty much anything that they can give you. And you know what's really interesting here in the wasteland? That here you can find people who are actually kind of like psychics or something. They can tell a lot of things just by thinking, or I don't know how that thing works, but for some reason they actually can create some sound waves or whatever out of their minds, and apparently they happen to know the future. I mean, the master used to have a lot of those people under its command, and some are trying so hard to get those powers just by simply using chems or abusing chems. And even if it is right or wrong, it doesn't really matter. What matters here is that you can piss off Preston Garvey. As here really, really, really needs to take that into account. Why? Well, I don't know about you, but handling all those settlements, even if it is by helping all those people, well, it can be a really chore. So of course, here in the wasteland, you will have to deal with a lot of things, like for example, just the uncle trying to poison the water, or even this guy who is trying so desperately to get out of his addiction of Nuka Cola. I mean, I don't blame him, but you can always hold on to your really nice princess, like I used to do, like I always do. So obviously you can always show your love to your loved ones as you should, like trying to give Ada, for example, a new body. Or how about a new suit for Veronica, for example, or even trying to do things with cans. I mean, your life, your things, deal with it however you want. I really won't blame you, but always keep in mind
Most of my life just
that
trying to
you
keep
just
away
have
from
others,
slavers.
and
One
others
day
have
out in the
you.
wastes, I
So of
stumbled
course,
across
even
some
here
poor
in the
bastard's
wasteland,
body.
you will have to deal with a lot
Ultimately,
of
I
stuff
found
all at
info
once,
leading to some
and even
famous
people
document.
trying to take
I had heard
advantage
that
of you.
Abraham
But it
Washington
really
was looking
doesn't
for these
matter,
scraps
as
of
at the end
paper.
of the day,
So
you
I
will
went
need
after
to
the
be
thing.
strong.
Turned
You
out
have to have
to be a
that will
constellation.
in your mind and
After he
your
loaded
brain
me up with
in order
cash,
to
I
keep
got plenty
going.
drunk, got laid,
That's
and
what
was happy
makes
for the
a
first time in
wastelander
a while.
far
Never
stronger
looked back
than
since.
anybody else.
Did not survive the
Someone
attack.
I'm sorry to
who,
hear
even if
this.
it
I am
sounds so wrong
licensed the
to
weapon.
be out there
Tell me
on a
about this place.
We
vengeance
own the
mission
Commonwealth.
or quest,
We knew we ran.
I mean,
You couldn't have known something
come
like
on.
this would
The
happen.
You
probability of
just
a true
cannot
threat
blame
at
all
this
those
time.
people
You'll need help
for,
if you want to
well,
succeed.
I
most of them,
you
that's
wish
the
to
only thing that they
release
can
in
hold
return.
on
Uh
to.
huh.
And for
You
that,
want revenge, don't you?
well,
I admit
I
my
think
motive is
I
twofold.
speak more than
Supporting the
enough
mechanist
in
both
this
against
regard.
the Commonwealth
So,
and
of
with
course, you can always count on your companions. And for that reason, I will say my farewells. See you down there in the wasteland.